Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 45 of our Rogues to Riches Lamentations of the Flame Princess campaign. So, last session, our 1 year anniversary session, was rather eventful. You guys decided to mess around with forbidden knowledge and magical items, and a couple of player characters paid the ultimate price. We lost Sullivan Jack and we lost Cole Waif. So, we have replacement characters to work in. Um, Obviously, Rob, your new character, Colin Frost, he'll be easy enough because he is the inheritor to your previous character. He's, I assume, some kind of a comrade at arms or something, a former adventurer friend or something like that. So he'll be easy enough. Nigel, you will be the kind of odd man out, I suppose. So you had an idea for introducing your new character.
I'm just coming to town looking for a place to stay.
Okay. Right. So you would end up, I suppose, at the inn
Yeah,
where they
maybe
have
they
some very humble rooms available for, I think it was a silver piece a night.
perhaps there's somewhere else that's renting a room.
Hmm.
I have a lot of stuff with me.
Would you guys be renting a room? Would you be advertising for replacement adventures,
Hmm.
anything of that sort? Do you think? I mean,
As
at the
of right,
moment, you
mm,
and who else owned part of the house? Klaus, right? It was Klaus, Antonio, and
right,
Colin that or Cole that had split the house. Yeah.
right,
Yes, I just pay rent.
So
Not
Colin
really.
will be coming in for sure.
right. I don't think we'd be actively advertising anything right now.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay,
Yeah, we gotta agree.
maybe I just go knock on the door and ask.
fair
It's a
enough.
nice big new building in town.
That'll be perfect. Okay, so let's work Colin in first. So Colin, you would have arrived after hearing the news of your friend Cole's passing. Yes. You come to the village of Nonspec to basically, I guess, lay claim to your inheritance, right? Like, or the hamlet of Nonspec. Can't think of any better way to describe it than that. So, Rob, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Colin Frost? Tell us what he looks like and introduce him to the household.
He's a well-worn 25-year-old, blonde hair. Um, Looks like somebody you probably wouldn't want to mess around with. Um, Quiet. He's been with the Rangers for a while, taking care of areas that have outlaws. They had to do since he was a little kid. They take orphans in that were the family had been murdered, and that's how him and Cole met up.
Right, very good.
So yeah,
Okay, so he was somewhere nearby anyway. He wouldn't have been coming in from abroad or anything. He'd be in England somewhere.
right. Yes.
Very good. So yeah, so you anyway, you received word that you were the inheritor of Cole Waif's estate. What all was involved in that, you know better than I do. I'm sure we have it in the notes somewhere, like all of Cole's investments, his actual cash wealth, his stake in the house. He owns 33.3% of the house in non-spec. Um, so yeah, so I guess the next most logical thing for you to do would be to go to this house and meet the people that you currently share it with, which would be, I suppose, names would be on the deed. So it would be Antonio Valenti and Klaus. What did we say? Schultz Smith. Klaus. I can't remember the last name already.
Gray.
Gray. Klaus Gray. Sound good?
So he'll be coming into that hamlet or whatever you want to call it, the little speck on the map, and you'll see somebody out there in the stable and ask them where the residence of Cole
Oh
is.
yes. Right. Okay, you're looking for the house,
Yes.
which is basically just what it's called right now. It's the house. It's the only proper house in non-spec. The boy who meets you at the stables is Randy Randall. You've met before anyway in game. Um, Yeah. Here, where is he? Randy. Yeah, he's a young man, missing several teeth. Yeah, he'll direct you to the house, which is kind of on the other side of the hamlet, if you can call it that, from the stables. Uh, so yeah, when you arrive, it's a pretty good sized house, as we have shown before.
Hey, we got my new map I made.
Do we? Why do I not have it here?
Here, I'll share it again. Uh,
Yeah, put it up here, and I'll replace one of these other images with it. Hmm. Yeah, because we figured out the size and everything, right?
yeah, I got it right.
I don't know what I was doing. I seem to have just lost everything from last session. Oh, I gotta download this old school, don't I? Yeah, right there's good. Save. Yes, that's fine. That should be the one. No?
No, that was the original.
All right. I don't know why. I changed it. I see. Because it's not a PNG, it's a JPEG. Is it this one?
Yeah,
Or
it's
was that?
huge.
That's the most recent one, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. You're gonna have to resize it.
The other one was this one. Actually, that's the one,
The
isn't it?
original one.
I think this is the one, isn't it? That looks more appropriate. Yeah, definitely. Compared to the size of the inn.
No, the one you just had with the green trees.
It was too big, the house on that
Oh,
one.
well, I just put it in the chat here. This the updated one.
I thought I just downloaded that. God damn it. The fuck? Oh, it's in the Zoom chat too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I swear I did that. This looks right to me looking at it. Doesn't it look right to you, Merrick?
It's on the it's on the other side of the road on
It
top.
is, but
It is on the other side of the road.
on the other side of the road, and this is the one that shows the lab map. You don't see it in the chat that he just downloaded, that he just uploaded.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
fucking downloading properly from this goddamn thing. Find it in folder. It says I have it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's the one. It looks way too big. Why does it look too big?
I think you said he made it to the size of the scale, right?
Let me
yeah,
double
and I
check because it doesn't
readjusted
look. That didn't look right to me for some reason.
readjusted
It's
it.
more square than
It
what you
was, I
actually
had it
see there
before. It
because
was
the
really
basement is
huge.
showing.
It was so big it was going off the map.
Holy
Why?
smokes!
That's too big, isn't it, Merrick? I mean,
Well, let's see here.
See the house
it's
when
as
you
big as the inn, and the inn has how many rooms? I mean, okay, you do have bigger rooms.
Right, it is. Oh, where's it at here?
It's
when I
bigger.
first
It's
did
bigger than the church.
the cross, and he said the squares were bigger, so I made it. It was like half.
No, the squares are smaller.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's only 50 feet across instead of 100.
Oh Jesus Christ! I got to really resize this image. Sorry, dudes.
Yeah, it's 40 tall.
Why is this image so fucking big? Christ, I can't even
I don't
fit
know.
it
I
on
guess
my goddamn.
it's high resolution or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 50 feet long by 40 feet.
Yeah, and I lined that up with the scale up top, and it's 50 feet long, so it is almost as big as. At first,
Yeah.
it was like way bigger than the inn. I was like, my God, it's
Wow.
the biggest
Colored
structure.
it in too, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
I got artistic with it.
God damn. There, finally. Whew. That's huge. Still covering Nigel's head. He's kind of ugly though. Maybe we want to cover him.
It was. We were at
There.
ant scale for a moment.
I don't know why
there.
it still looks way too big to me for some reason, but
It's
No,
fucking
that's the
massive.
scale.
That
It's a
is
big
ma-
house.
That's fucking
Yeah,
massive.
so you might confuse that as the inn. It's almost as big as it.
Except there's no sign out front.
Yeah.
nice job on
didn't-
the color and stuff though too, Mark.
Didn't
job.
Medina
Right.
say he put
And I
the
moved the north thing over since it was on top of it.
Cool. Good call.
I would
Okay,
resize it, but we've already spent all the money on it. So
there you go. So you go and can knock on the door, Colin. This is, of course, I don't know how long would it be. This would probably be several weeks after Cole's death.
right, because I would have had to contact Amsterdam The Will sent over, and I also sent.
Maybe months. Where were we? Where did we leave off time wise?
I think we died in the middle of our downtime or whatever.
Right.
December.
Yeah, I mean date. I usually have it in the notes. Yeah.
It was June something, wasn't it?
It's in the notes. I just got my fucking mouse wheel is busted. Guys,
It
driving
should
me
be
nuts.
2/20
That sucks.
done when I think we were all caught up with everything.
Yeah, it was 20th of June. So we will move it forward to a new month, or yeah, definitely it will be a new month. What was the 20th of June? We're gonna move it up to sometime in August. I need to look at my fucking calendar for the time.
I'm a few months sober again. How long will that last?
How long will it last? That's a good question. We are gonna call it now
Jesus.
August 19th.
Alcohol poisoning.
August 19th works for me.
All right, I'm writing that down.
I'm putting it in the notes as well. 1633. Okay. So when Colin
August 19th is Medina's birthday.
is it really?
Yeah,
Time to go on another bender.
according to my character sheet.
Wow, nice. It's okay. It's Medina's birthday. What do you do for your birthday? Get drunk?
No, because remember, I'm trying not to drink.
Medina's. I'm gonna put that down here. Medina's birthday. And Colin arrives. So Colin, you knock on the door, and it looks like the guys are having a little bit of a party. Medina and Klaus and Antonio, or whatever the fuck they're doing. Probably not having a party.
Probably
Who answers the door? Come on, role play.
Or awkwardly sat there.
I'll answer the door.
Antonio answers
Clunk.
the door,
Clunk.
wooden leg and all.
Clunk. May I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Medina.
I look. I'm sorry, I don't know that name.
I'm sorry, Antonio Valente.
Club Medina.
I have a list of names here.
Ah.
Antonio Valente is at the top. I saw that.
Ah. Yes, I am Antonio Valente. How may I help you?
My name is Colin Frost.
Oh.
I grew up with Cole.
I see.
And
I see.
I got a letter from the solicitor saying that he passed away a few months ago.
Indeed.
It took me a while to get down here to take care of his belongings and his goods.
I understand. Please come in.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we have a visitor.
And
This
who may
is
this be?
Who is it?
Colin Frost. He is Cole's brother in arms.
Oh,
Colin, this is Gio da Silva, and I point to Medina.
pleasure to meet you.
And Klaus Gray.
Welcome. A friend of Cole is a friend of mine.
Yes, I guess. If you're a friend of him, you're a friend of ours. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please have a seat.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt your afternoon. I just
Not at all.
needed to take care of this business. I finally was released from a contract that I had previously. Decided now is the time to come down here and take care of this stuff.
Indeed. Should I show you to your brother's room? We've kept all
Yeah,
his
that would be
goods in
fine.
there. Come, it's
Okay,
down the hall
thank you.
here. Clunk.
Thank you.
Clunk.
So as Antonio, you give him the tour of the house a little bit.
Mhm.
Nigel, we'll retcon this a little bit. When you come into town looking for a place to stay, you actually see a guy walk up to this house, knock on the door, and then go in. You kind of maybe eye up the very humble hamlet a little bit, looking around. There's a smithy, a church, an inn, stable. It's up to you if you want to just go up and try that house.
All right, I've got my horse with all my stuff on it, and I'm kind of walking it. I'll walk up to the house and knock on the door.
I I will answer this time then.
I guess you will, because Antonio's giving the tour.
Yeah. Uh, I open the door. Hello?
Go ahead and give
He-
us a description of Nigel then too.
yes, I am. He's shifty and greasy looking with long black greasy hair, beady eyed.
Ah, my kind of guy.
Hello, good sir. I'm inquiring about a room to rent.
um, here, Medina just looks a bit confused. He then turns to Klaus. Um, Klaus, there's a person here inquiring about a room, apparently.
I didn't know we were renting.
Neither did I, but you are probably the best person to speak to him in this case. I very quickly walk away
I'm
and leave it
sorry,
to
is this
Klaus.
not the inn?
Medina's walked away.
Here, let me talk to you. He would like go like in the side of the house and no, this is our home actually.
No, well, the inn is rather does not meet my requirements. Perhaps
He
we.
would he would definitely give you like a weird look, and he would be like, "What do you mean by your requirement?"
I'm a man of learning. I have many books and things. The inn is not sufficient for my studies.
Huh, interesting.
You have quite a large house here. I thought maybe we could work out a deal or something. I have money, lots of money.
Huh. Well, how about this for now? Why don't you and me go to the inn, and I'll get you a room for the night, and then I can speak with my associate and let him know about your abilities and requirements, and then we can get back to you on that because this is not a decision that I can make on my own. You
Very
understand,
well.
right?
Very well.
And he would like pat him in the back and start walking with him towards the end.
Do you dress like a priest, Klaus?
No,
Okay.
How does Klaus dress?
I don't know. However, gypsies dress.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's not very priest-like. Okay, fair enough. So you walk him to the Nansbeck Inn, introduce him to
Yeah,
was
to
was it
the
Beauserd, the innkeeper. They
yeah,
fix you up with
he
a
would introduce him, get him a drink, and get him like a room for like a night, and then I
yeah.
would be
Beauserd will give
like,
you a room for a night for 1 silver. Like I said, it's pretty humble, no lock or anything like that.
All right. I'll have to unload my stuff and then take my horse to the stable, I guess.
Where are you gonna unload your stuff into your room?
Yeah.
How much stuff do you have?
It's not that much, but I have like
Okay.
a carrier pigeon and a cage,
Hmm.
and
Okay. Nice.
I have like an hour
Hogwarts.
book and just random stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Back. But yeah, the biggest thing I have is this carrier pigeon in a cage.
Klaus straight up cold shouldered you out of that possible room. Like what? Get the fuck out of here. All right. So you get set up in there for the night.
What's it cost for the stable?
Oh, stable. Actually, I have it in the notes somewhere, don't I? I think it's down per month though.
Probably like five
Where
copper because it's 15 silver for the month.
I have it on here somewhere. Maintenance costs. Horses stables, 15 silver piece per month per horse.
I'll do it per
So it's
month.
five copper for a day.
I'll do the month.
Okay, 15 silver piece.
I guess this will have to do. But thank you, sir. What is your name,
He's talking to you, Klaus.
friend?
I don't think it was talking to me because we met already, didn't we?
Did you walk me down to the inn?
Yeah, I walked you into the inn. I thought you were going to the stable, so I got confused.
Well, I'll ask your name before I part from you.
I got you. My name is Klaus, and he would like shake your hand.
Nigel. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. And what exactly brings you to this town, anyway?
Uh, Looking to settle in and do some studies in peace and quiet in the countryside, away from all the hustle and bustle of the big cities
I can understand that.
and prying eyes. My work is very sought after. Certain people would try to steal my work, perhaps. It's better to be out here in the seclusion of the country.
Sure. At least out here you can see what's coming for you.
Why would anything be coming for me?
It was a figure of speech.
Oh, very well.
Well, you get settled here, and like I said, I'll talk to my partners, and we can get back to you tomorrow about the whole room thing.
Okay, very well. Thank you.
And he would like bow and just start walking out.
I'll look around at the inn disgustedly and then go to my room.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's cozy enough, but it's just very humble. You know, small little hamlet. You see, population of like four or something. Maybe a little more than that if you add in the innkeeper and his wife and.
You said
Um,
there's like 12 farmers around that are
oh
attached to
yeah,
this
yeah. There's
hamlet.
several. There's more than 12. There's
Okay.
dozens of farmers around the area that come and visit the inn and stuff like that.
The most prosperous looking place is their brand new house.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Most
Exactly.
exotic, sophisticated people in town.
hmm Without question. Um, so yeah, so I guess we can fast forward unless you want to do anything with your first night in the house, Colin. Um, Otherwise, we can fast forward to the conversation for about Nigel
Well,
about renting a room. That's going to have to take place between Medina and Antonio, or not, sorry, Antonio and Klaus, not Medina.
hmm.
Fuck Medina.
Well, I would ask. I would want to talk to Colin. It's like, so what are your plans, Mr.
Oh, don't
Frost?
fuck Medina.
Will you be staying here?
Well,
That you are part owner of this property now.
yeah, I understand. I would not want to intrude upon you and the other partner on it, but it would be nice to have a place to stay. I
Indeed.
have some interest in this area of this country, and I think this would be a good station for me. So
I see.
if that would work out with you, I would like to. I don't want to say take uh, Cole's place, but
Mm.
fill in the room. Yeah.
Well, Cole was a longtime companion of mine. We'd been through many dark times together. It was quite a shock when he passed.
He
We
didn't
just
write he didn't write many letters, but he did send a few, and he did mention your name. He was
just
very impressed with you and very grateful for the things you've done for him.
oh,
So
well, that's a comfort to
um,
hear.
it's-
Yes, he will definitely be missed. Definitely. Well, I will leave you to get settled in. As you can see, I have placed all his things to the side there for you to look through. He had some armor and weapons. He has a horse in a stable. That is, of course, yours to do with as you wish.
okay. Um, Maybe in a few hours you could give me like a tour of the house and let me see what's doing,
Hmm.
where's what and when. I
Well,
don't have to ask everybody every time.
sure. There's really not much more to see. These are the rooms, of course, and you've seen yours. Mine is the first one next to the kitchen on the south side. There is a small basement, which has some drink and dry goods down there. It's the hatch you see against the wall there, and I just point across the house. And that's about it. There's our common area and our kitchen.
Oh, okay.
There's not much to see. There is
Okay.
a well out back, and which was recently fenced in yard, and yeah.
Looks like it has a lot of potential.
Wait, did you tell him about the vault or not?
No, I just said there's a small basement.
Ah, because
Yeah,
does
he went.
isn't a lot of his property in the vault, or no? Did you put it all in Cole's room?
No, all of Cole's stuff was in his room. All
Okay,
his money and whatnot. Yeah.
so you're keeping the vault a secret, at least for now, from
Oh,
Colin. Fair enough. No, I mean it
yeah,
makes
hell yeah.
sense, but
Yeah,
say-
he went. Yeah, I would never
I
expect him
mean,
to. Hey, you're a stranger. Let me tell you what I do.
right. So this is my laboratory. Back there is the library of magical and cursed books. There's also a chest back there that's locked with full of cursed items. I don't suggest opening and using any of them.
Yeah,
You can see it's
there's the
three
ring that
times.
killed your.
Mhm.
Right.
There's it is twice the size of the seeable basement. So don't mind the dimensions.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't
Right.
do that early for Worcester.
Nope, not yet. Someday probably. All right. So I leave Cole looking through Cole's possessions and head back out into
Colin.
the common room.
His name is Colin.
Leave Colin rifling through Cole's possessions and head back out to the common room and collapse into my comfy chair and
Just in time
close
for
my
Klaus to
eyes and
come back.
meditate. All right.
So Klaus, when you
Oh,
come back, you'll find Antonio in his comfy chair.
Yeah, Klaus would sit in front of Antonio in the table, and he would start speaking Italian because he knows like the other guys in the house, and he doesn't know much about them. And he would be like, "So the weirdest thing just happened."
weirder than the brother of your dead friend showing up out of the blue to claim all his worldly possessions.
Uh, yeah, kind of. So a gentleman came by thinking that we were in. He was looking for a room, but he has magical talents like you do.
How do you know this? Did he just come out and say it?
Pretty much. He said that the inn wasn't qualified for his needs.
Jane wasn't some pompous, trumped up merchant or minor noble.
I mean, the way he looked, you know,
So
kind of matched the
interesting.
description. I just told him that I would speak with you, and I don't know. I mean, I don't really don't know him, and you know magic, and I know you're trying to learn more of it. So I figured this would be your department.
Hmm. Well, we'll have to speak with the gentleman. I have no plans, of course, of revealing any of my secrets
Of
at this
course,
time.
I got him my room in the inn, so that way we can keep an eye on him. You can't never be too trusting.
No, of course not. And I'd rather not say anything to Colin before it becomes necessary or whatnot.
Of course, I mean we don't know him, and you never know. Cole had an open mind that a lot of people do.
Yeah, that's very true.
So what are the plans with this Colin guy, anyways?
Well, he owns part of the house, but through law, there's not much we can do unless he wants to sell out his portion. I say, we just let it rest for now.
Do you trust him?
Cole trusted him. He left everything to him.
Oh yeah, I just you still gotta be careful. But I
Sure.
trust you, so that's why I'm asking you.
Well, I trusted Cole, so I'll trust this Colin for now. We'll see what happens. If
All
he
right.
proves to be a burden or an issue, then perhaps he will choose to leave. I'll
Perhaps he
wait.
will fall down the stairs or something.
Or yes, perhaps he may slip and fall.
Little gust of wind.
Hey, how do you know I know that spell? No, I'm kidding.
Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so Colin, you can settle in. Anything you want to do particularly with all the stuff you've got? You've got all Cole's stuff there in his bedroom. You still have Cole's character inventory, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So,
I do. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. We just looked at it and decide which ones he wants to use and what he won't want to use at the time. And probably, what time of day is it?
Let's call it early evening, dinner time. Sound
We'll
good?
just wait. He'll wait in there until somebody invites him to eat, and if they don't, then they don't.
What do you guys do for dinner? Who's cooking?
I'll cook tonight.
It's Friday, the 19th of August, 1633.
All right.
Let's party
Yeah, I'll
like
put
it's
together a dinner.
1699. Okay. So Antonio, and you invite Colin out for. I mean, I guess you guys don't have. Do you have a dining table? No, I don't think so.
Well, we
do
have
you?
that common area. I figured we got furniture for
Oh well,
it.
then
And we have
yeah. Why
the
would you?
giant kitchen.
You'd have a chair and tables.
There'd probably be a dining table in the kitchen area there.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah,
Good.
while he's cooking, Klaus could go knock on Colin's room and get him, and then get Medina.
I'm already in the common room. I was actually there during your conversation, but I was double muted, so I couldn't actually reply to you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because
Release the Kraken.
I'd unmuted myself on here, and then realized I'd muted my actual headset.
That's hilarious.
So I'm just sat there, sipping a glass of water.
Works.
Not wine.
No, I'm not
It's
an
a
alcoholic.
teetotaler, don't you know? Well, they don't have those then, but
Yes, I have an alcohol addiction.
No.
he only goes on benders after adventures.
Only
Not
if
during
they,
adventures, at least. Yeah.
only if they
Usually.
take their toll on me.
Okay. What about? Okay, so yeah, you're just gonna leave Nigel at the inn, or are you gonna eventually go and talk to him, or?
Well, I figured that if we're eating right now, like I would go get Collins and we would eat, and then I'm pretty sure later we can go to the inn and speak with him.
Right. Okay. I just wasn't sure
I
how.
figured we were going to do that in the morning. He's already settled in for the night, right? Why make him mix the silver if we decide on taking him here?
Yeah, true.
Fair point. So okay, cool. So you guys have your first
Make him
night there
stew.
with Colin in the house. You guys eat, and he kind of settles in a bit.
When we go to eat, like I would do like a prayer
Hmm.
and have everybody like hold hands, and then I want to see what happens when like everybody's holding hands, and I would do the prayer, and then he would like bless them, and just to see the look in his face.
Wait, who? Colin?
Yes.
Okay.
But it is what? What did you say?
He's casting bless on you. He's casting a spell
Oh, okay. Okay.
after dinner. Yeah. Or before dinner.
No, this is during dinner whenever he's
During
doing the
dinner.
prayer for the food.
Okay, so yeah, he's doing it before the meal. Okay. Yeah, has Colin? Yeah, he's a sixth level adventurer. He might have experienced that before, but you definitely would see then that Klaus possesses some kind of divine magic. Since he casts bless on you, and that'll last until sunrise. But
Was that how bless works? I thought it was until you use the ability.
no, we
Use
looked
the
it up
points.
somewhere, right? Doesn't it? It dissipates with the rising sun, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly.
we had it wrong.
Oh, I'll remove the points I have in my character sheet then.
Yep, yep, yep. Wah, wah, wah.
That's cool.
Sorry.
Well, we'll get the rolls down eventually.
It's all good. Okay. Next day, unless anything else what happened at dinner.
Nope.
Just after, I'm sorry, before dinner, I should have said he went out and took his horse down to the stable and got it stabled and brought us.
Ah, right, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
got us,
15 silver per month for stabling
yeah,
for one horse.
and got his saddlebag and brought him back. So, Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Randy, you'll look at your horse roll, I'm sure. No problem. Okay. So the
When he's
next
not
day.
chasing tail, he's brushing him.
Well, that's his job. He's the stable boy. That's why he's strong. Messing with horses. You gotta be
That don't
strong
sound
to
right.
you gotta be strong to wrangle a 700+ pound animal. Anyway, before before that goes south. So yeah, next day then. Nigel, you have been you've been in the inn all night. Did you do anything particular? Anything interesting? Do you want to? Oh, I suppose I could roll to tell you who was in the inn, or you could roll for me. Why don't you roll a d12 for me?
12.
12. Okay, roll
Yep.
1d10 3 times. I need 3 specific results.
5, 6, 7.
So there are 2d6 of the King's Footmen, royal tabards over chainmail, helmet, polearm, short sword with 1d4. Sorry, I should be rolling these dice saying 2d6, 1d4. Let's find out exactly how many footmen we have here. Wow, it's a busy night in the inn.
I stay in my room, out of sight.
So there are 9 of the King's Footmen. And I said a 1d4, right? Let's pull that out here. As well as 4 of the King's Horsemen. Um, Father Christopher is also there, as well as Deacon Gurnett. They're both in there as well. And let me see here, 1d6. And Albert the Smith is also in there.
Right, I stay in my room.
Yeah, not interested in
I see that, I go right back
socializing.
in the door.
King's Footman, King's Horseman. You're like, nope, fuck this, I'm out. Yeah,
Yep.
fair enough. All right. So the next day, then. Who does what first?
Well, I imagine if Antonio and myself are going to the inn to meet Nigel, right?
I don't know. You may if you wish.
I would be studying spells first thing in the morning, but which ones would I be carrying around? That's just on regular.
Is that what you're trying to figure out right now?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, while you figure that out, though, yeah, how long would you be preparing spells for? Probably up to 3 hours.
3 hours. Yep.
Yeah. So you'd be done by what time in the morning?
I figure I'm up with up with the dawn because I go to bed early. So 3 hours after sunrise.
Okay. Let's call it 9 a.m.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what time sunrise, but it's summer, so 9 a.m. is probably not too far off. It might actually even be a little late. How early do your sunrise do your sunrises happen in the summer there, Josh? In your part of the world?
Um, what time of year? It's
It's
August.
August.
Time.
High summer.
Sunrise for summer around 6:37 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, your sun rises later than ours does. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, so like 9, we'll call it 9:30 a.m. when you get there.
Cool.
What be about the right time for you to be coming down for breakfast, maybe, Nigel? If you're coming down for breakfast at all, or are you going to stay in your room and wait for them to come to you?
Yeah, I sleep late. I get up
Okay.
around 10.
Okay, so you're asleep. Cool. So when you guys get there to the inn, it's pretty quiet because it's early morning. So the inn is not full of king's footmen and king's horsemen and stuff like that. Of course, they might be. Some of them might have stayed the night, but I'm gonna say they didn't. It's pretty quiet. You see Beausert, of course, the innkeeper. He's happy to see you as always. Ah, Mr. Valenti,
Sad.
Mr.
Good day.
Gray.
Good morning. Well, good day.
You decided to come down for a civilized breakfast today, I see.
Indeed.
You, you missed them. So he would order three, and if
Three
Nigel's not out there,
breakfasts.
yeah, three breakfasts, and
Okay.
yeah, and then he if Nigel's not out there, he would go grab him in the room.
Oh, okay. Find out what room he's in. Just go knock on his door.
Yep.
Go grab him. Is that what you said? Go grab. Just drag him out of bed.
So go get him. I'm not gonna
Okay.
grab him. I'm
So
not
there's a knock at
drunk.
your door when you're still sleeping, Nigel.
Uh,
It's not 10 yet.
who is it?
It's Klaus. We met yesterday.
Oh, just a moment. I'll get up and dress myself. Come out. Why so early?
Um, sorry, we wake up early. Didn't know that you were a late sleeper.
It's fine, I guess.
Why don't you come join us for breakfast, and then we can discuss rooms and other things.
What a fine idea.
All right. Well, I already ordered breakfast, so just come join us on the table.
I'll come down with him.
So I should probably take the image of the house off. You're not at your house anymore. You're now back in the village. Okay. So eventually, you come down. Nigel comes down to meet you, Antonio. Finally, just in time for breakfast to be arriving. We'll
Excellent.
call it like ham and eggs.
Hmm. And
And
when Klaus went up to get him, I would have ordered food for all three of us.
Oh, would you? He's already ordered
Hmm.
food. Bostard would probably say, Klaus has already ordered 3 meals. Do you want 3 more?
Oh, I didn't realize he had. Okay, I'm sorry. If he said that, then well, never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He did. I don't think Klaus actually said anything to you. He just went up and ordered 3 meals. So
Okay.
perhaps you were unaware that he was buying you breakfast.
It was.
So yeah, it's we'll call it ham and eggs, and probably some bread as well, and maybe a little bit of cheese, some beer. Beer is a
Some
good
fried turnip.
breakfast drink.
Indeed.
I think is it beer or ale that they drank for breakfast specifically? I can't recall. I think it was beer. Ale was more of a late dinner kind of type thing. Anyway, be that what it may.
All right, I'll come and sit down. Why, thank you for the meal. Greetings, sir. I'll say that to Antonio, who I haven't met.
Hmm.
And good welcome to you as well. I am Antonio Valente, one of the owners of the establishment that you were, of the hosts that you were knocking on yesterday.
Yeah.
This is well, you already know Klaus.
Yes.
He's one of my partners in the homestead.
Well, you see, I am looking for a adequate space. This inn will not do. I'm looking to maybe settle in permanently, at least for an extended period.
I see. For what sort of work is it that you will need
Oh,
an
just
extended stay?
scholarly pursuits.
Hmm, I see. Hmm,
He doesn't speak your language.
right. I'm getting my suspicions now.
Yeah, what language are y'all speaking?
English.
No, I mean speak his language as in,
Yeah, I know. I'm
Disseminating.
trying to get some language rolls. That's all.
Mhm. Oh, gotcha. You'll get there.
Yes, scholarly. I am a man of learning.
As am I.
Interesting.
Hmm. Why, I was just recently corresponding with a friend of mine. Have you heard of him? Mr. Calcidius.
I don't know. Have I heard of him?
I don't think so. No. You know who Calcidius
I
is?
look real close for any kind of like recognition in his face or.
Calcidius is the magic user from Tower of the Stargazer.
Right. That's why. And he is the guy who set the mirror, so.
That's true.
That's why I was looking to say that, because like scholarly man looking to settle in, and I'm looking for any kind of like look of recognition on his face or a fidgeting.
I'm afraid I do not know the
Hmm.
gentleman.
Well, between you and me, he's a bit of an asshole. I try not to deal with him at all costs.
Ah, I'll keep that in mind.
As well, you should.
So, your friend has told you of my needs. Have you come to some decision, or is this a
Hmm. Well, we do have rather large rooms, and there is one free at the moment. Uh,
excellent?
we may be able to come to an arrangement.
What kind of
There
rent do
is
you want to charge?
right. There is one other partner who we would need to finalize any sort of deal with. Say, come by the house around noon,
Very well, and thank you.
of course, and we'll chit chat and have the rest of our breakfast.
I'll be there.
Creepy much? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
All right, cool. So, Nigel, you'll go by around noon to check out the house.
Well,
Yeah?
as we're heading back to the house, I want to chat with Claus a little bit.
Yeah. You
Kind of
might
really
want to
want to talk
decide
to.
how much you want to charge for like rents and
Hmm.
stuff.
So, what do you think of this man, Klaus? He seems a bit shifty, but he made no he had no there's no visible recognition when I mentioned Calcidius's name, which is good. That was my first suspicion.
Oh, yeah. Antonio looks kind of frog-like, right?
He's a bit toadish, but he's still an okay-looking guy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, unless you knew where it came from, you may not think frog-like. I'm kind of
You're
really
probably
not happy with the whole frog
you're
thing.
probably Nigel is.
I he definitely looks shifty, but I don't. He doesn't look like he's out for out for us or like trouble at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Based on his dissemination, I'm kind of agree with you that he may be a practitioner of the arts, as they say. But that
yeah,
would
he
be
was.
remains to be seen.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think the extra money would hurt. So
True, true. So yeah, so we head back to the house and we go and find. Well, Medina lives there too. Well, let's get everybody together.
As you guys would enter the house, I'd be sat in the like near the entrance, like, where the hell have you guys been?
Oh,
Where the, where the hell have you guys
we went over to the inn to speak to the man who was asking about renting a room yesterday.
been? You didn't think to knock on my door to see if I wanted to come?
Well, when you purchase a stake in the home, perhaps. And I wink at him.
Well,
But
sadly,
we are here to discuss, of course, as you would, if he does decide to, if we do decide to board him, you would be affected as well. And have you seen Mr. Frost this day?
I think he is in his room.
I'll go and clump down the hall and knock on his door.
Clump, clump,
Where is he?
clump.
Oh yeah, just by the way, I spoke Italian to you, Antonio.
Excellent. Oh, that's right. You speak Italian too. Yeah, and Spanish. We both speak those. Good.
Yep. I
Makes
speak
sense.
quite
They're
a few
they're
languages.
they're related languages in a sense. So,
Right.
you know.
He's in room 5. Okay.
Who's in room
That's
five?
the one. That's where
Cole?
Colin is at.
Colin.
That's Colin/Cole.
Actually, who's got which room? Colin's in that corner.
Right. Room 1 is Medina.
Okay.
Yep.
3
I'm
was
in room 2. 3 is free. That's where Sullivan was. Klaus is in 4. And Colin is in 5. And room 6 is just where all the junk is. That's where we put all of Sullivan's stuff and every other spare junk we have. That is not something we need to lock up
Okay,
in the
so you use that
basement.
kind of like as an extra storeroom or whatever.
Right. And
closet
I already
thing.
split out the gold, the money that Sullivan had between the 3 of us who are left. So there's only thing in there is like equipment and gear, and that's all in his on the sheet. I moved it down to room 6.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Sorry to interrupt. Just something I'd like to
Oh,
kind of keep up
except
on.
for one thing. I'm gonna cut that out of there.
Since you put so much work into mapping this house and all that and purchasing it, you might as well have an understanding of such things. All right.
you cut out the spell book and the horse and saddle too, because didn't you take the spell book?
Right. I'm gonna put that just in the
Who took a
laboratory.
spell book?
What
Oh,
in saddle?
horse and
There's
saddle.
a horse and saddle there at the end
Oh, we'll leave that there for now.
in the room.
Yeah, it's okay there for now. Just so we have a reference of it.
Fair. Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, it's a good idea. I'm gonna cut that out of there completely. Just put it in with my character sheet.
So please, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please.
Oh no, I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah. So a knock on Colin's door. Colin, maybe we
Answer.
speak with you. All right. Open the door.
Sure. He's doing
So
practicing with his sword and that kind of thing.
In his room?
Exercise.
Maybe he's doing
it's
it
a big room.
outside.
This room should be big enough, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Big as that
I figured
house
since
is.
you had all Cole's stuff in there and all that too, but maybe. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're
No worries.
All right. So we were about to have. There was a gentleman yesterday who, while I was showing you the home, apparently, upon maybe seeing you enter, thought we were a boarding house or something, and he has asked to rent a room. Medina and I have just met with him, or not Medina. Klaus and I have just met with him, and as a shareholder of the property, I figured we should all discuss whether or not renting a room would be a good idea. I mean, it is extra income. It doesn't seem a bad sort. Just curious
Wait,
about the world, I
really?
suppose.
Are you sure?
Figure if he is someone who could cause trouble for the town, I think it'd probably be better that we keep him close.
Do you mind if I meet him before I make a decision?
Not at all. He will be arriving at noon. So, on the chance that we do decide to rent to him, we can discuss that now, and then upon meeting him, we will give you final say on whether or not we'll rent him a room.
Very well. Thank you for telling me.
Of course. See you at noon. I'll be getting some lunch, a small lunch ready.
Thank you.
I'll go out and start working on a stew of some kind. And we wait till noon.
Sounds good.
Oh wait, no, we gotta wait. We keep forgetting. If we're gonna rent to him, how much would we charge?
Oh yeah.
Well, so living expenses, according to the cheat here for people, is you need 15 silver pieces per month for your horse, but that's up to the person, and $50 or 50 silver pieces per month per person for food and supplies for the house.
That include the man servant that comes over and takes care of the handyman?
I just paid for that out of my own money for now.
No. Okay.
I already took it out for the next 2 months for June through August, actually, for my sheet.
We should factor.
And your
We should
accountant just
factor.
takes a percentage of everything that he handles. So
That
We should factor that into where it's not just coming out of your pocket. That way we
Right.
can all take a share out of it. If we're all living here to own it,
Right.
we should all take a percentage of that. It's not
It
fair
should
for you to
be
do it.
right. So that'd be like 12 silver, 11 silver each, really, or 12 silver each, I think, right? For 56? No, close to 12. It'll be a little more if it's 12. That'd be like 60 gold or 60 silver, I think. Among 5 people. I'm terrible.
yeah, it's difficult. It's 11.2 per person.
Right. So, and there's 10 silver to the copper, or 10 copper to the silver, right?
Yeah, so it's 11 silver and 2 copper per person if you want to split it 5 ways.
All right, let's put that on a sheet.
That's 56 divided by 5.
Not bad.
Okay. So there's that. And then everybody's already paying their own food supplies for the month and their own stabling supplies. So what do you say? 11 silver. It's how many days per month in the inn? It's 1 silver a day there. So you'd be spending 30 silver there and 11 silver, 2 copper here. I mean, do we really need more than that.
Wait. Why are you going to charge him less than the inn if he's paying you
Yeah.
rent?
This is a
Right.
better
You should at least
price.
charge maybe an equal amount to the inn, but you have a much better,
Right.
room and everything.
But
Secure.
on top of the at the inn, he would just be paying. He'd be paying a lot more at the inn than staying here, even with the 50 silver, because of his paying for inn food.
Sure.
That's
But
more expensive.
that said,
It's
you know,
already 50 silver for that.
you're
So
charging you're charging him 11 silver too for the just for the cost of the handyman, right?
right, and then 50 silver for the supplies and food for the house, because we're
Yeah,
all eating the same
you
stocks.
should charge him something for the boarding as well, I'd say. Don't you think? For
So
actually
that's
using the room?
60. That's 61 silver, 2 copper, 70 a month.
So what would it be for just him sleeping on the bed? You know what I mean, basically, like he would at the inn. How much is he getting charged
1
right
silver
now?
a day for
1
his
silver a
room.
day at the inn.
That's a
Okay.
poor inn.
Right.
Not secure. It's not fancy.
Right.
Right.
So
So I would say we should at
we
least a
can't.
silver and a half a day.
Okay.
And
So
then
70 silver,
okay.
because that would be the 50 silver for the supplies,
Yeah.
the 11 silver, 2 copper for the handyman, so that's 61 and 2, and then rounded up to 70. So that's a profit of 8 silver a month, right? With some spare
I don't
copper.
know. I guess I'm not
8 silver,
following.
8 copper. How much should we charge then? Because if you charge 1.5 a month, 1.5, so it's 30. That would be 60. That would only be 45 silver if we
One and a
charge them
half
1.5 a month
for
a day.
1.5. Well, I would think at least the silver that the inn would charge him just to stay there.
Which is 30 a month.
And then
Why not just make it 2.5 silver per day on average? So say 30 days a month. That's
yeah.
75 silver.
75, okay.
Oh yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah,
And then he gets a secure room with a door that has a key and a lock.
right.
A large room at that.
A kitchen, dining room, everything. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
basement storage.
Privacy. Yeah.
It's a 175 square foot room.
Yeah.
All right, 2.5 silver a day, 75 a month. There we go. We're in
Okay.
agreement.
So
That sounds good.
noon
Alright,
rolls
I come.
along. It's only a couple hours after you had breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I come down and knock on the door.
And I'll have just finished putting the stew pot on the table and putting out bowls for everybody. Who's getting the door?
I guess I will, as I'm not actually doing anything, so I would probably answer the door.
Medina is going to be your butler.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because he's answered the door and walked away. This will be the second time he answers the door.
Well, now I know that you aren't some weird person just standing. Well,
Or
you are weird. You
you
are
are a
weird.
weird person. There's no need to be
But
insulting.
okay, I open the door.
Yes, I have an appointment
Right. Yes, I have.
with your master.
You're that man from the yesterday. Yeah. Come in.
Thank you.
And Antonio. He is here. I don't know his name, so I'm just saying he. And I say this out loud as well.
You can tell him your name if you want.
I ignore the servant.
Okay.
Mr. Nigel, welcome. We were just about to sit down for lunch. Would you like to join us?
Sure. Thank you.
It's just a humble stew.
I sniff it
Looks
before
like a.
I eat it.
All right, so I guess we're all sitting down at the table. You've met Klaus. This is Gio da Silva,
Hello.
our compatriot.
No, he's not your servant.
Oh
No, I
no,
am
of
not.
course not.
I am no fucking servant.
Of course
Oh,
not.
my apologies.
And this is our co-owner, Mr. Colin Frost.
Yes. Hello, all of you. This is a fine place you have.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, from now on, when I'm speaking to Nigel, I'm only gonna speak in Italian if I speak to Nigel.
Okay.
Now, of
But he already
course,
knows you speak English.
Nigel, of course, you may have heard stories about these people. They are pretty famous in this area. Maybe that's what drew you to this house. I don't know, or to this town.
Yeah, I might have heard of a man casting miracles or something.
Yeah, there was a guy who was casting miracles, and there's this rich adventurer party. They spent some time down in Kent recently, down by Canterbury. You know,
Oh
they're
yeah,
pretty famous.
I was speaking Spanish to Nigel, by the way, not Italian. It'll make more sense for me to speak Spanish as I'm more fluent in it.
As you
Is your
wish.
native tongue.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Can I roll for Spanish if he's talking to me in Spanish?
sure, go for it. I don't know who's smoking, but
Oh,
just mute
sorry.
your mic. That's all right. Sorry, I do it all the time too. Don't ever be afraid to tell me to mute my mic either.
I do not speak with foreign tongues, sir. I do not know what you say.
I just keep speaking. Well, you are an asshole.
In
I hate you.
Spanish.
You greasy. You got
Gio,
greasy hair.
please, you hardly know the man, I say in Spanish.
No, no. And yeah, but Antonio, how do you trust him? I say in Spanish.
Well, that remains to be seen.
I bet
For
you
now,
he will probably try to rob from us, and he might even try to kill us. Look at him. He looks like a dodgy asshole.
he looks like a thin, not very physical man.
How do I know he
Very
doesn't work?
sickly looking.
Well, if he does cause trouble, then perhaps I will just need to unload on him.
How do I know he doesn't work for like the people who are after me? How do I know that? He is a very
That's a good
strange man.
point. I did mention Calcidius to him.
Are there some concerns, my friends? You seem to
Well,
be giving it a little space there.
there are always concerns when you're in our line of work.
But what line of work might that be?
Adventure.
Adventure?
Indeed.
You seem to have done quite well for yourselves.
Yes, and we've met some pretty horrific things along the way.
Do tell.
Oh, well, most recently, a beast made of slime, 8 foot tall and unkillable. The only thing we could do is run.
Are you having a go at me, sir?
Perhaps, perhaps not.
I see like they're being serious.
We have no reason to lie to you. We don't even know you. We're definitely not trying to impress you.
Well, sounds like quite the life.
Indeed.
Sounds,
Maybe we did lose two of our close friends, so
ah,
you know.
Indeed. And I'm instantly somber.
well, I don't mean to dampen the mood, but have you made a decision about the room?
Well,
I
I
still,
believe Klaus and I are in agreement, but this what remains is whether Mr. Frost is in agreement as well.
well, I would still need to see the room.
Of course. Well, let's show it to you there. And let Colin think. It's just down the hall here. I bring him over to room 3. That was the one, right?
Yeah,
Room
I think
3?
so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm, this looks okay. Is there perhaps an attic or a basement?
There's a small basement with some dry goods and caskets of libations.
Could I see that, please?
Sure. I'll bring him over to the basement and lift up the hatch and lead him. I guess there's a lantern there that we can bring down.
Yeah,
Light up and bring down. And
sure.
bring him downstairs.
You got a bottle of wine, 10 barrels of beer there, 10 barrels of whiskey,
Some dry
I look
goods, I'm sure.
around.
some
I'm like, oh yes,
foodstuffs.
this
Yeah.
looks quite nice.
Sorry. Something in chat. Clunk, clunk.
I look around the basement and I'm like, oh, this will do quite nicely. How much?
Well, let's see what Mr. Frost has to say first.
This entire basement. I rent your basement.
Yes. Well,
They're locked and the key.
it's is a storeroom. It's not really for working in.
Well, we would have to move all these things out.
Oh, I don't think that that is something I can agree with.
Well, I need a sufficient space and privacy.
Is your room not large enough? Would you like to rent 2 rooms?
I like this basement better. I'll pay you double.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to cast Charm Person.
He starts to cast magic.
Well, it says, well, yeah, I'm going to.
Oh shit, dude, don't do that.
I don't even think it's going to work on you because I think you're too high level,
Oh, I
but
definitely am. If I see him, okay.
I'm doing it.
Can I recognize a spell?
You will take double.
1 second. 1 second. Let me see here. Works on all humans and human-like creatures. However, the subject, if intelligent, will realize he's been the victim of mesmerism and retain full memory of his actions while under charm after the spell ends.
I think like down here at the last paragraph,
Saving throw versus magic. That's what it is.
if they have more than 4.
Charm person. Humanoids are not affected if they have more than 4 hit dice.
Yeah,
Where's that?
Like the last paragraph.
Yeah, third paragraph.
Oh, if they have more than 4 hit dice. Okay. No.
But out of character, I know it's not going to affect him, but
No,
in
no, no,
character,
no, 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 no. It works on all humans and human-like creatures. Other humanoids are not affected if they have more than 4 hit dice, but humans are.
Other non-PC humanoids.
Yeah, humanoids like elves, dwarves, halflings, I would assume, shit like that, you know? It works on all humans and human-like creatures, except elves, but elves aren't really human-like anyway.
Oh,
So, he does get a saving throw.
okay.
What is your saving throw versus magic? I imagine it's pretty good.
Right, and that is including the intelligence bonus, right? That's magic effects?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I got a 12 in that plus 1 to my roll.
Roll your die.
Son of a bitch. I have to kill another PC character.
Depends if you recognize what he's trying to do. He's casting a charm spell. He's not throwing a magic missile at you or something.
That's true. All right. Oh Christ, which die do I want to roll?
I don't know.
He's only just joined the fucking scenario.
Right?
Maybe Medina will sacrifice. No, he won't. No, fuck Nigel. Sorry, Nigel, but fuck you.
Well, I think it's okay. I rolled a 16. This is
Yeah, okay.
17 with
So
the
you
save.
recognize you resist the charm person spell, and you know that spell, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you recognize what he just tried to do. He tried to charm you.
Okay. So he tries to charm me.
Mm-hmm. So he's
It doesn't
displayed
work on
his
me.
magical ability. You resisted it easily, but you see he's trying to
Right.
talk you into renting your basement to him.
And I smile real big. Oh, Nigel. What was this you were saying about renting the basement? Oh. And you're going to pay double?
Yes.
I don't think so, Worm. How dare you try to cast magic on me?
Forgive me, sir. I just wanted to see what measure of man you were.
You're lucky I don't tear your heart out right now.
Oh, perhaps you're just the kind of man I'm looking for. What do you know of magic?
Clearly more than you ever will.
Well then,
Unless you make it out of this basement alive.
please, sir, I meant no harm. I submit to your superior powers.
Hmm.
It's quite interesting to find another like myself. Perhaps we can work together to achieve great things.
Perhaps. For now, I will let this slide. But do not attempt such a thing again.
Of course, I will not. But you see why I had to give it a try, right?
Well, of course. I probably would have done the same in your situation, were I not aware of who I was dealing with.
Well, the room will be fine
Perhaps we can
if you.
have other arrangements later on once I have made a greater assessment of your character.
Yes, if you are still willing, I will take the room. It will be. I will still take the room if you are willing.
I'm still willing.
Excellent.
Let us see what Mr. Frost has to say. Come. And I lead you back upstairs.
Okay.
And I actually usher you to go first.
Yeah. All right. I'll go.
All right. So you have an accord.
And I look over at Klaus from behind his back. I make some little waggly fingly gestures and point at him and nod.
He will look at you and give you this nod like, I knew it.
I go to him. I say to you in Spanish, "Why are you doing random signs to Klaus?"
Oh, I have discovered Mr. our our guest's secret. He possesses the same, well, as we say, abilities that I do.
Oh, well, I have. Well, me and you, Antonio, I say in Spanish, we have come to terms.
Of
I
course.
like you, but now that I know he is, I
Hmm.
definitely don't trust him now.
Well,
I didn't trust him before, but I
Can,
don't trust him now.
worry not.
can,
I have him under hold. I have him under control at the moment.
Yes.
can I roll for Spanish since it's my
Please.
Sure,
first
go
time?
for it.
Yep, I was just
Where do I
about
roll?
to suggest that.
You
Where do
roll
I roll?
d6. What's your
D6.
intelligence?
Can he use
Oh, it's
bless or
plus
no?
0. Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have it. You didn't cast it today.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
That was
shit.
last night.
Hmm.
I forgot about that. That sucks. No wonder.
Intelligence 12.
Yeah, okay, so it's plus 0.
Intelligence
So just roll d6. So what you roll
7.
on a d6.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that made sense. That was a D8. Hey, I gotta try to get it one way or another. Don't want it to be like Cole was. Okay, 4.
Okay, no, you don't speak Spanish.
Okay, he's gonna be another illiterate guy.
Possibly.
Well, Antonio, I hope you have this under control.
But don't worry for now.
Uh,
We'll assess his character. He may, in fact, be an asset.
Antonio, maybe I will have to speak to you again in a private time at some point. I have more
Anytime, my
to.
friend.
I
Anytime.
have more to say to you.
Is your
Anytime, my
friend
friend.
unable to speak the king's English?
Mm. Uh,
Uh,
Mr. Da Silva is a native
I
of Spain. He is much more comfortable in his mother tongue.
I go to him in very broken, so very hard to understand. Even though I do know English, I'm just like, I don't understand what you are saying.
No.
But I kind of mix it between English and Spanish.
Okay. No comprende.
I go to Antonio. I've got him for.
I just
He thinks I
when he
don't
says he
understand.
can't understand, I just ignore him and walk away.
So, Colin, have you come to a decision?
I'd like to talk to Mr. Nigel myself, not in private or anything, but I'd like to ask him a few questions. I
That
really don't know much about him. So, where were you last located?
I have come from Boston.
And why did you leave Boston?
I come out to the country to do my work in peace, studies, and the like.
And I kind of grin.
Who was your patron or your boss?
I am more of a freelancer.
Do you make money off of your studies. What do you study? Gold or silver? He laughs real hearty, deep belly laugh.
My studies consist of, scientific things.
Oh, like maybe Newton or something.
Yes.
Interesting. Um, well, if you agree to what we've decided, the cost would be,
And
we'll.
what is the cost?
Oh, I thought they discussed that with you.
Did they tell me?
Oh no, but it was 75 silver is what we decided on a month.
Very well. I shall move it immediately.
Okay, I would suggest that this is just we're going to do a 1 month trial, and if it works for you and it works for us, then we can make a lease out for a longer period of time.
That sounds fine. I will go to the inn and bring my things, and I will bring the money.
Very well.
Yeah, Klaus would grab his hand and shake it. And he would be like, "Glad to have you here,
I
but don't
kind of
try
pull
anything
back a
funny."
little bit, and I'm like, "Sorry, forgive me. I do not shake hands."
That's fine. And he would give you this look, and he would be like, "Just don't try anything funny while in here."
Of course not.
Do
And
you
the whole
need
time
any
I'm just
help
kind of
with your
staring at you
things?
like a hawk.
Do you need help with your things, or
No, I will be fine, thank you.
I suppose I should turn on my microphone. There is a knock at the front door.
I guess I will answer the door.
You are the servant, after all.
I am no servant.
The servant
Um,
answers the door.
Fuck.
It's a messenger with a letter. The letter is addressed to Colin Frost.
Oh,
He simply hands you the letter and fucks off.
before I quickly tip him 2 silver.
Oh, that's a big tip. You mean 2 copper or 2 silver?
Nope, 2 silver.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Do you need me to take anything back for you?
No. That is for you.
Very well.
And in my head, I'm like, I usually tip gold, but I really don't have enough gold for this.
Geez, gold's a lot of money in this time period, this game. So,
I know.
anyway, you have the letter. It says Colin Frost in English, of course.
Is there an
I take it to Colin. Miss Colin, was it? I say it in English, but quietly so that Nigel doesn't hear that I'm speaking in proper English. And like, there's a letter for you. Here you go.
Thank you.
And then I start speaking Spanish again.
Any other names on the letter? I mean,
No, it just says Colin
words
Frost.
covering the letter. Okay. So I'll break the seal and open it up
Okay.
and read it.
It says, Dear Colin, it is my sad and solemn duty to inform you that our friend James Blake has passed away. It has come as a great shock to all of us here in Ashmanhaugh, but his death was a painless one at least. The funeral will be held at the church next Tuesday, and you are invited to attend. Should you need accommodation, the Windsheaf Inn is told to be a good place for travelers to rest their weary heads. I am sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I hope you will join me in celebrating the life of our most modest and charming friend. Signed, Joseph Riley. Joseph Riley is also another one of the Rangers, or former Ranger, as was James Blake, the man who has died. Now, Ashmanhaugh, you may wonder where that is. It's about 12 miles northeast or northwest of Norwich. Norwich? How the fuck do you say that word, Josh?
Norwich.
Norwich.
I get to be useful because I can translate.
English to English.
Yeah.
Northeast of Norwich. Right. So let me just look that up here on Google
You're
Maps.
lucky I know a lot about my my country in terms of geography and that jazz.
Norwich is like
Norwich.
northeast of London, just fairly close to there, right?
Norwich to Boston, we'll say. Yep.
That's like a now in present
That
day. That's
is.
a long jump.
Let me
quite
see
a big
here.
jump.
Oof. So yeah, it's about 75 miles or so. What if you're walking? Hold on. Does it reduce it at all? Yeah, you can get it down to 72.5 miles. But add a few more because you're going northeast. So let's just call it 80 miles. 80 miles next Tuesday. Today is Saturday the 20th. So you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days to get there. It's 80 miles. So that's pretty hard to do. Maybe we'll change the date to Thursday for the funeral. Makes
How
more
many
sense.
how many days is that from now?
Today is the 20th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to Thursday. It'd be 3 days to Tuesday.
And it was you, Merrick, who asked about Norwich being London, near
Right.
London.
It's like northeast of London a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's northeast. It's about. It's not too far away.
Is it not?
That's where my
Yeah, it's
Call
like-
of Cthulhu Butler was from before he got exploded.
It's like it goes London, then Cambridge, then Norwich.
Yeah,
It's
London's
kind
a little bit further away. London's about 112 miles.
Cambridge is Cambridge is in between both of them technically.
Okay.
Yep.
Mind if we take a quick bio? I'm about to.
Yeah, I was.
My teeth are floating.
Yeah, okay. Let's take a 10-minute break or something.
Cool. Thank you.
I've had far too much rum at this point.
Are you wasted?
It didn't help when they're filling up to here.
I can't hear you very well. Oh, well. Mark, your character's fucking badass, dude. This greasy bastard. I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's definitely like worm tongued.
I really like Nigel. Nigel's a great character.
Pulling that shit off with Antonio, that was fucking badass. That was ballsy.
Yeah, I didn't think it would even work because I saw that.
Especially, it's funny. It's the fact that you did it even knowing from reading the spell you didn't think it would work.
Yeah,
Makes it even more ballsy.
and then if it did work, then okay. Because then he would have been enthralled with me. But I was like, I didn't think that would even happen. But that'd have been funny if it did.
Yeah, but it only has a duration on it anyway. He gets chances to roll against it, and eventually he will.
Yeah,
It doesn't last forever.
I'd tell him something that went against his better nature.
And when it wears off, they remember everything. So
Yeah, yeah. Then he would kill me.
possibly, so it's probably better for you this way.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome though. Cool move.
Oh,
I think Ronnie would be proud. Ronnie likes his creepy magic users.
yeah. I was like, I got to do something completely different from Jack.
Opposite end of the spectrum from cleric to wizard, yeah.
Yeah. And then at first, I had that one image of, and I was like, and I'm gonna do a worm tongue. That set the stage for the character. I want to go take my bio break.
Yeah, do it.
Thank you. I feel much better now.
Smoke them if you got them.
Excuse me. Working from home is very bizarre.
I did it for 3 years. I was pretty used
Never
to
done it. I'd say it's nice, although I haven't really been outside in a week and I haven't put on shoes the entire time I've been here. Not really any need to. I'm walking around my own house.
Right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, like every time I go and check, like, what are the symptoms of the coronavirus again? And then, like, an hour later, I'm like, I think I've got it. I think I've got that symptom. And then it's gone. I'm like, oh, you bastard. When did you become a hypochondriac?
Watching too much news will do that to you.
Mm-hmm. But the best discovery I made since I've been home is I found in one of my shelves, in the back of a shelf, I found an unopened container of Clorox disinfectant wipes, which has been nice. So when I got home from my last grocery shopping trip, I just got home, brought everything, laid it all out on the floor, and as I was putting it away, I just was picking it up with one wipe and wiping the whole bottle off or box off. I was putting it away and letting it just air dry, let that disinfectant sit on there, and yep, and then just immediately trashed all the bags.
Ian,
Using the wipes.
I have a Lamentations question for you.
What's that, buddy?
So I want to get my friends who play D&D. I've got them into Call of Cthulhu. I kind of want to. I think they'll really enjoy Lamentations. What would be the
Maybe.
perfect, like, first scenario?
Ooh, perfect first scenario. Now, what kind of
Not
scenarios do
necessarily
they like?
perfect.
What kind of scenarios do they like in your D&D stuff?
With D&D, I tend to be very brutal, so they are used to the brutal nature because I
Okay,
play D&D proper hardcore.
good, good, good. And they're cool with like what are they like? Dungeon crawls, smash and grabs, haunted houses. What?
They go with whatever. They go with whatever, and
Do you
they
want to
actually
have a
enjoy me.
TPK or no?
Yeah, TPK. The angrier they are at me for killing their characters, the better.
All right, I got the perfect. Well, I don't know if it'd make them angry, but I got the
No, it won't
perfect one
make them
for you.
angry.
It's Death Frost Doom.
Oh, I was just about to jump in there and say, let me guess, Death Frost Doom.
100%.
Death,
Death Frost Doom.
Yeah,
Death, Frost, Doom.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
that
an
was a
excellent
that was the
intro.
first one I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my first ones, and it's a blast. Yeah,
Okay, cool,
Yep.
cool. Thank you.
Are you on Facebook, Josh, right
it
now?
goes
Yeah,
from not so hard to really hard.
as I've said before, I think we're like 20 sessions now, or maybe less, and all my PC kill count is now at 14. So
Wow.
yeah,
Which is surprising because normally with like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, from my experience, it's like you're already killing gods at like level 12.
yeah, that's the thing. That's what I don't like because
Monty Hall version.
you can level up so quickly in D&D, and so I scale the leveling up around so it takes them a bit longer, and then I like to make encounters a little bit more difficult than they should be facing, just to add up, because otherwise a level 1 encounter, or let's say they're a level 5 encounter, they'll kill within like a few rounds.
Right. Yeah. Level 1 characters, a party of 6 guys. A goblin jumps out and attacks you. You gain 3 levels. I'm kidding.
They may get angry at me, but most of my players like making new characters, and they like and stuff like that, and they don't get too attached to characters. So playing it like as brutal as it is, it
Have you
works
got
with my
anybody
own.
who's lasted the whole time? Or has everybody lost a character?
I did have someone who lasted up until 4 sessions ago, and then I had their character killed in a dreamscape.
Oh, I see how you DM.
Mm.
Shit.
I did. It was
You
because
using the hardcore rules, or you just hardcore it yourself?
it's my own hardcore rules.
Excellent.
What I tend to do with D&D and most I take for basic rules and I get rid of the stuff I don't like and alter it.
All right.
Because D&D 5th edition's a big improvement on some of its previous editions, but there are still quite a few things I dislike with it. I don't mind someone else running it and using the main rules, and I don't mind for new groups running the basic rules, but for my main group, I keep with my alterations,
Cool.
and they're pretty good about my alterations. So,
That's good.
and they're brutally honest. If they don't like something, they will say.
All right, everybody's back now.
I am.
I think yeah. Is Mark back?
I'm back.
That's
Bro.
everybody. I'm sure Rob's still here too. Yep. Cool. Alrighty then. So you received that letter, Colin. Do you want me to read it again?
No, I can't remember it.
No worries.
I'll, where's everybody at? What time of day was it? Noonish,
Lunchtime.
nighttime,
Yeah, this was lunchtime on Saturday,
Okay.
20th of August. But
Hmm.
you guys probably want to get on the way pretty quickly if you want to get there in time for the funeral. So, like I said, yeah, it was your friend Joseph Riley, for another former ranger, and in regards to the death of your friend James Blake, I think it was, who was also one of the rangers. They both lived around Ashmanhaugh, northeast of Norwich.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to take a trip just as I got here. A former comrade just passed away, notified by another comrade.
Good grief.
So I'll probably be gone for at least a week and a half. I'm going to Northridge.
You go to Ashmanhaugh.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
Now, Nigel, Medina. No, not Medina. Sorry, just Nigel and Antonio. Apologies. Nigel and Antonio, you guys can give me, let's call it intelligence checks.
Okay. I want to roll under my intelligence, right?
Equal to or under, yes.
All right. Let's see here. Use that one.
Made it.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
You've both heard of Ashmanhaugh. It's supposed to be haunted.
Mm.
That's a recent rumor that's been going around at Ashmanhaugh. There's a ghost of Ashmanhaugh. A lot of people seeing weird shit there.
You said Ashmanhaugh? That rings a bell for me.
I hope
Something
I'm
about
pronouncing that right. I'm going to type that in the chat. Josh, you tell me if you know how to pronounce it.
It rings a bell for me. Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh, yeah.
No.
It's definitely not pronounced that.
No.
You're English, Josh. Come on, let's put you on the spot. How do you say that?
Fuck off. I think it's I think it's Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh. Pretty sure that's exactly what Merrick said. Ashmanhaugh.
No, Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh. Like, don't pronounce the N.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
strange.
here we go.
I'm gonna go with what I said originally. Ashmanhaugh.
It is Ashmanhaugh. Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
It's
I'll link it.
Ashmanhaugh. It's Ashmanhaugh.
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 Here, I'll link it. I'll
Yeah.
print up.
I'll take your word.
I just had a look at Ashmanhaugh.
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 You
Ashmanhaugh.
say you put emphasis on the ash and then kind of rush the no.
Ashmanhaugh.
So it's Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
Whatever. Ashmanhaugh. It's Ashmanhaugh. It's a silly place. But
Second thought.
Honestly, trying to teach people like pronunciations of it, it's difficult sometimes because of the different English.
Right.
We're weird.
Ashmanhaugh. All right.
Well, if it was in Wales, it would be
So you've
pronounced
heard of the ghost of Ashmanhaugh.
Fallcaster.
That place is rumored to be haunted.
I have heard such similar rumors.
Why are you going there? Who's going?
Go ahead. I didn't hear the question.
I say, who goes to this place rumored to be haunted?
I just got a letter of a comrade passing away there, and so I have to go to the funeral. So I'll be leaving.
Ah,
Yeah, probably early dawn.
Well, roads this time of year could be treacherous, and if the rumors of a spirit are true, perhaps you could use some companions on the road.
That's something that interests you. You would enjoy the company on a lonely road that's going to take days and days to get there.
Oh,
Nothing like being lonely on a road.
I've traveled all across Europe. I am no stranger to long roads.
If you all have horses, you can get there faster anyway. I think you get there in 2 days, maybe three on a horse.
Don't we got a wagon?
But you definitely have a wagon, yeah. That would slow the horse down, of course. But
Right. We all have horses.
hmm
I thought we sold the wagon.
I
Did
don't
we?
know.
I don't remember.
Did you? It's not on the
Pretty sure we did
thing
because
anymore.
there's really nowhere else to keep it. We sold it to some farmer
Fine, makes sense to me.
because we had a house to build at the time. Every silver counted.
Here you go, miles per day. Yeah, depending on how, like, let's say the horse is lightly encumbered, you can still travel 36 miles per day. If it's an unencumbered horse, 48 miles per day.
Excellent.
If it's pulling the wagon, it's probably going to be encumbered for sure. But
Hmm.
Wouldn't a wagon slow down more than just riding the pony?
Probably.
Yeah,
probably, yeah. Why is that what you ride a pony?
well, a horse.
Do you have a horse? Yeah. Yeah, it'd definitely be faster just going on horseback. Do you all have horses?
I do.
I do.
Medina and
I do.
I'm
Klaus?
pretty sure we all
Yep.
do.
do.
Yeah,
Yep.
you all have horses. So there
Yeah,
you
we
go.
all do.
You're paying for the stabling, so why not use them? Okay. So you're gonna leave on Sunday morning then to head to Ashmanhaugh?
Yeah, because by the time we get things together, it's going to be dark. Might as well
Sure.
wait until the morning.
Sure.
Yep.
Do you want to stock up on anything? Put on your character sheets. Guess it's a good time to set up your equipment list as to what you're bringing with you.
Right. I am
Um,
going to be getting to bed early so I can get up and learn wizard lock before we leave so I can lock up the laboratory.
mhm. Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh.
Ashmanhaugh. Yeah.
Ashmanhaugh.
What a fucking name. Okay.
Before we leave, I'm going to go down to the stable and pay.
I'm gonna keep saying it all night. Sorry.
I want to pay the stable boy to feed my pigeon.
Okay. Sure. No problem. It's trained? Yeah.
Yeah, just don't. It better be alive when I get back, or I would be displeased. But I'll
Yeah. No.
give you silver to feed it.
Cool. Thank you. He takes that, pockets it.
What is your name, boy?
Randall, sir.
Yes, Randall. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Nigel Wilcox.
Mr. Wilcox, sir. Thank you. Okay. So actually, yeah, we can stick with the original time of Tuesday because if you leave on horseback, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there probably Monday morning. Yeah, and the funeral's on Tuesday. Does that work?
Okay, I wanted to, that evening, I'm going to take, and is there a way I can remove a
Oh, I'm
floorboard
sorry. You're gonna get there Tuesday
in my
morning. My
room?
apologies. Is there a way you can remove a floorboard in your room? Probably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. I want to do that and then dig down and place the packets of Cole's menu down inside there. And then put the floorboard back on and
Okay.
make it look like it's never been pulled out.
Sure. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yep. So you stash all of Cole's riches in under the floorboard in his old room?
Yeah.
No problem. All right. You guys got all your equipment ready? You know what you're bringing with you to Ashmanhaugh?
Yes, I do. I just went over my sheet
Yeah.
and put a leave at home list and just took it off of there because I had a lot of extra stuff that was marked as leave at home, but it was just cluttering it up the whole dang thing. Too much info.
All right. So, the village of Ashmanhaugh, you traveled a couple of days. It's uneventful Sunday and Monday. Um, in fact, we'll say you get there Monday night, Monday evening. That works. That suits narrative purposes. It's decent sized village full of people. Um, the person you're looking for is Joseph Riley. That's your friend who sent you the letter, Colin.
Yeah.
So let me see. Would they probably they have a return address or whatever? Or you just ask people when you're in the area where Joseph Riley is. Yeah. So like I said, he's a former ranger. Was one of your guys. Um, he's retired to a. You probably know where he lives. Sorry, he's retired to a comfortable farmhouse with his wife, children, and dogs. So it's yeah, just on the edge of Ashmano, whatever the fuck it is. God damn it. So you approach his farmhouse, or are you gonna go to the inn, like he had suggested? It's up to you. Where do you want to go?
We'll go to the inn first. Make arrangements there.
Okay. What was the name of that inn again? I should have written it down. It's in this letter here. It is called the Wheat Sheaf Inn. Wheatsheaf, Wheat Sheaf Inn. Okay, so you pull up there. It's bustling. It's quite, kind of boisterous, and there's good smell coming from there. You can smell like meat and um, maybe even like bread. Um, you hear people kind of laughing and some music playing on some simple kind of folk instruments and a little bit of dancing going on in there.
Go up and
There's a
rent a
stable.
room.
There's a stable right next to it, and a kind of a poor-looking stable boy outside sees you guys pulling up, riding up five men on five horses. Starts rubbing his hands together, seeing a flux of income on its way. Stable your horses, sirs?
Yeah, how much is it?
Well, how long will you be here? Are you staying, or are you just staying for a few hours?
I was staying till at least Friday.
Oh, oh, well. In that case, then half a silver a day per.
So he'll throw him whatever that is. Plus,
Five
a
coppers per
thir-
person per day. It's now Monday
third.
night, so you're looking at 4 days.
How many coppers are in a silver?
There are 10 coppers in silver.
I'll throw him a silver. Take good care of our mount.
Very well.
Two
So
silver.
he'll kind of lead your horses in and find them stalls and start brushing them out.
Yep, I'll give him 3 silver also.
Same here.
All right, cool. He's a very happy stable boy. Yeah, so like I said, the inn sounds alive. It feels warm. Got the nice smell of freshly cooked food inside. You walk in, it's full of like village folk of all kinds. You can see a couple of people are playing like maybe a fiddle, probably two fiddles. Why not? And that's where the dancing is coming from. You see a couple of the younger folk, from around the village, dancing about upbeat song. Nice, kind of healthy looking, tall, balding tavern keeper serving drinks, fresh mugs of ale and It looks like maybe even some kind of a wine as well. What do you do?
So shall we?
Yes, let's grab a table. Or do we need to check in with someone first?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get myself a
We should
room
just
first, and maybe get some meal ordered, and then just sit back down with a drink.
Just as you're discussing this, a group of people get up from a table and head for the door, walking past you and smiling. An empty table is available.
well, I guess
I'll
we
go
go
and
sit over there.
yep, go and claim it.
I speak to Antonio in Spanish quickly. Antonio, I am a little bit worried. I'm worried about this crowd of people.
Oh, and why so?
You know, I'm worried that they might be watching me.
Mm.
Really must learn English.
I'll say in Spanish and clap in his shoulder. Ah, Gio, are you going to be getting drunk tonight?
No, no. I shake my head to go along with the plan.
Ah, De Silva, use the water drinker. Ha ha ha!
Yes.
And Colin, did you go up to the bar or did you sit down at the table with them? Rob?
Yes, I'm sorry. What?
Yep. Did your character go up to the bar or did he sit at the table with them?
He went to the bar
Okay. Yep.
to get
Barkeeper will
a
see you
room,
there and
and
say welcome, friend.
yes, I need a room.
Yes, you have
At
the look of
least
a traveler with you. You're with that group over there?
yes. What kind of deal can you give us while we rent a room?
Well, I can offer you rooms for 1 silver apiece.
Yeah, we're gonna be here through Thursday night. Probably not after Friday afternoon. So give you an idea.
I see. Okay, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So at least 4 nights. Yep, 4 silver. The five of you, 20 silver, and yeah, I'll throw in free breakfast as well every day.
Good. Sounds fair. Okay, I'll tell my comrades there, and I'll pay my share now, and they can come up and pay their share. And if they don't, just let me know. I'll take
Sure.
care of it. And
Well,
I'd
we'll
like
have
to.
rooms for everybody who pays.
There you go. Um, Give me your best beer you got here.
Oh, absolutely. Got a wheat sheaf ale.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I brew it
Take that,
myself.
and I need a good home cooked style dinner. Lots of bread, lots of meat, potatoes.
No problem. Do you think everybody wants some? I'll have Melinda stop by the table shortly.
I'm sure everybody wants something to eat. Yeah, we went on the ride for a while.
And drinks for your companions?
That'd be up to them. I'm not sure. We just
Sure. I'll make
kind
sure the
of
food
met.
is ordered and I'll have her
Yeah.
stop by to see what they want to drink. Go on and make yourself
Thanks a lot.
comfortable, friend.
Yeah, great service. Thanks.
Hmm. So you left him your, what, 4 silver?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he goes back to the table and tells everybody what happened. So let me
Yeah,
know what you need to do.
barmaid comes over. Um, prime of her life, probably maybe 20 years old. Curly brunette hair, pulled back but still kind of wild on the shoulders. Says, what would you all have to drink? Your food's
Wine.
already been ordered.
Ah,
Water.
bienvenido, bella donna. I grin at her. I will have wine.
I go to Antonio. Can you order me a water? Because obviously I'm trying to not
This
speak English.
gentleman over here will have water.
I'll take the strongest thing you got.
All right.
Say, Antonio, I told you, I, I bet you on the way here that we've had the finest looking barmaid, waitress, serving person that we ever had in the last 6 months. So I
Ah,
win the bet.
you do indeed, my friend. You do indeed. Ah, and then I say in Italian, yes, she works in the bar and she serves drinks to many people. Mwah!
Can I roll for Italian?
Of course.
Sure.
I will speak in a sexy Spanish accent towards her, just say random gobbledygook to see if she will respond to that. He's not going to say anything that makes any sense.
Sure.
So
How'd
if
you do on your roll,
Antonio
Nigel?
tries to listen.
I don't know it.
Okay.
It's all
No.
Greek to me.
I think
I
Klaus is gonna.
I always fake flirt with the barmaids in Italian.
I think Klaus is gonna say in German like a bunch of hound dogs.
Roll for German. No.
Damn,
Yeah.
that sucks.
And Antonio, you will censor my Spanish, but I am attempting to flirt with her, but it's basically just gibberish. What I'm saying.
She has no idea
I
what
just
any
look
of
at
you are
you with a
saying.
raised eyebrow.
She only speaks English, but she goes and gets your drinks, and then she brings them
Obviously.
back with food.
And then I wink at her.
You've got some roast beef and bread and gravy.
When she brings back the drinks and the food, I'm just gonna completely ignore her.
Probably some potatoes and stuff too.
Well, as soon as she drops that food, I will wink at her. So, it's all good. And then I'll eat the food.
Yeah, in whatever plate like that she brought the drinks and food, Klaus is gonna put a gold piece and he's not gonna say nothing.
A gold
I will
piece.
also, I will put 2 gold
Yep.
pieces on there.
My good lord, you guys are idiots.
Okay, Klaus puts a gold piece on the serving tray.
However, I give her the 2 gold pieces.
Her eyes open wide.
You're supposed to give gold pieces to people who can do favors for you. Well, I guess I see where you're going with that. Never mind. Carry on.
You give her 2 gold pieces, Medina, like from
Yep,
your
and I
hands.
give her a kiss on the hand as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's blown
Medina,
away. You guys, she just made 3 gold pieces. God, that's gotta be like maybe 3 months' work, 3 months' salary or more. Who knows? It's a lot of money.
Yep.
Better hope she's not married because her husband thought will come after you guys.
Oh, Medina, what's your lowest ability score?
My lowest ability score is wisdom
What is it?
with an 8. 8.
Roll for me.
I rolled a 12.
Oh yeah, she's married to the barman.
Oh shit. Shit.
It's not his daughter; it's his wife.
Ah, you guys haven't had a lot of experience in this kind of thing, have you? No offense.
I just put the goal in there to be nice. I wasn't the one flirting with her.
Gold piece.
Yeah, but
Nice.
you do for a silver, you get away with that as a good tip. But the gold is you're paying for services.
If
I
I
mean, I've
go wrong.
I've been in a company of men that do that all the time for services. So
I speak
yeah,
Spanish
that's
to
the way I
Antonio.
grew up.
I speak Spanish to Antonio and go. I may be trying to stay undercover, but I can't help but tip high. I have to give her.
Throwing gold away.
You just gave her 100 silver pieces.
Yeah, no, I can't help it. I know I don't have much money left anymore, but I
Well,
can't help.
I suppose it's better that your money is in someone else's hands rather than in alcohol down your throat.
Exactly. The less money I have on alcohol, the less likely I am to relapse again for like the 20 millionth time.
Hmm.
I will take your money. I will. for you.
You cannot understand me because I am speaking Spanish.
But if you're throwing money away, I'll take some.
I got you.
I,
No
I,
comprende.
I had an old Sarge that when I first started, yeah, saying, he says, think with your big head, not your little head. Keep that in
Ah,
mind.
a wise man. But you should partake of the pleasures of life wherever you can, of course.
Exactly. I say in Spanish.
The barman is approaching the table.
Oh shit.
He looks cross.
Antonio, please help me. I say in Spanish towards Antonio.
I smile as he approaches.
I'll stand up, and he gave me his name, right? Correct. And
Did he give you his name?
I asked him what his name was. So
I
I'm
can't remember now.
assuming he did. I don't
Let's
remember
call
the
him. Let's
name,
call him
but
Otto.
Ardo. Okay, Ardo.
That's not his real name. It's his nickname.
Great food, great food, great food, great service. And I'm sure we're going to have a great sleeping, comfortable bed.
I want to talk to two of your friends here. He points at Medina and Klaus.
Oh, what is it you need to speak with them for?
They seem to be propositioning my wife for something. I want to know what it's
Hmm.
all about.
I do not recall them saying any such thing. They are simply idiots who don't know how to properly tip someone.
I see.
I
If there was
say
any offense, please. It was completely unintentional.
Should I give
Correct?
Should I give them their money back?
I say in very
No, I think that would be a terrible idea. Clearly, they don't know how to use it properly.
I will interject and say in very broken English. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. I like to tip high. I'm sorry.
They're foreigners.
Yeah, I would just look at him and smile. Like I don't really care about him coming over and saying whatever.
Right.
I wouldn't have taken offense to that, Ardo. Um, I was sitting at the table. They made no gestures and no talk inappropriate to your wife. Um,
That's fine. Then
I would just have
we'll
to
just
take them.
keep the tips anyway.
Oh,
So
Please.
definitely, yeah,
hopefully they learn a lesson.
yeah. If they were doing it, they learned a lesson. If they weren't doing it, they got to pay somebody like they wanted to. So,
They also learned a lesson.
well,
All right. He fucks
Either
off
way.
again.
I look at you too, and I'm like, I just shake my head.
I just I speak in ancient Greek now. I'm just like.
Roll for Greek.
Go. I knew that was coming.
does a 5 count for me to learn a language?
No, you need a 1.
Oh, so the lower the better.
Mm-hmm.
I needed two.
Yeah,
See,
I failed on a lot of
I'm
rolls I wish I
lucky.
had.
In languages, I have 4 in languages.
Right?
Quite the linguist.
He's also very cunning.
Yeah, I know 2, 4, 6. I know 8 languages.
Jesus Christ.
Brag about it, why don't you?
I say I know 8 languages in Latin. So if anyone knows Latin.
Latin. Yes, the one that counts.
Oh, now you guys can converse.
I
I
don't
will never speak
converse.
Latin ever again.
I speak Latin too.
Wait, do you
It would
you
make
know
sense.
Latin?
It makes sense that Nigel would speak Latin.
You know Latin, Nigel?
Studies.
You know this tongue?
I do.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
wonderful.
I can
Something I
speak to you
understand.
now. I turn to Antonio and speak to him in Spanish. I don't want to speak to him.
I don't think your servant likes me. Oh, that's right. He's not a servant.
Indeed. And then I reply in Spanish, just because you speak a common language with something does not force you to converse with them.
Yes, but he knows that I know Latin now. So.
I suspect he knows that you know more about English than you let on as well.
Yeah.
Yes, probably, but
He
you know.
speaks it when he needs to.
I just don't trust him, Antonio.
Fine, you don't need to. We will be measuring his character.
You guys gonna hang out there for a while, or
Well, yeah, I
the
mean, the
dinner's
funeral's
the
not till.
dinner's the food's real good.
I'm gonna actually get up at one point. I want to walk over and talk to the bartender.
Okay. What happened to your leg?
Mm. Lost it in a battle with a group of bandits, blowing it right off.
Ooh.
That's all right. You should see the other guys. Well, if you got a shovel, that is. Ha 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 ha.
He chuckles. You want another
So,
ale?
well, in a moment, but I saw. Well, did Mr. Frost, Colin Frost, there, or my companion, let you know why we were here?
Nope. Just said he wanted rooms. Stay until Thursday.
Okay, well,
I can't remember if he did. If he did, I forgot.
that's fine. So, well, he's here to usher on a friend of his to his grand reward. And we tagged along for protection on the road, of course. But speaking confidentially, I'd heard rumors recently that there's some kind of spirit haunting the area.
Oh, you mean the ghosts of Ashmanhaugh?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
What can you tell me of such a creature?
Well, just people see strange things sometimes, or don't see. Maybe as the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Doors and windows opening, slamming shut for no reason. Objects being thrown about. Words appearing on wall and parchment.
I see.
Blurry figures spotted out of the corner of the eye.
Hmm. Have you ever encountered any manifestations of this thing, this spirit?
Oh yes, I've seen the figure myself.
Oh, can you describe it to me?
Oh, it's
I.
just a blurry figure. Looks kind of much like you in those robes, actually. Anyway, as soon as I try to get a better look, it always disappears. I've seen it a couple of times now.
How long has it been around?
Oh, I guess. Hold what are we at? We're August 20 something or other. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, I'm just looking for something here. Where the fuck? Oh yeah. It's been going on for probably about a year now or more.
Goodness gracious.
Yep. Sorry it
Mm.
took me so long to figure that out.
Oh no, that's right.
Probably has something to do with that damn tower.
Tower?
Yes, the Ashmanhaugh Tower.
Oh.
It's always been there. An abandoned place. Nobody goes there.
Mm.
It's rumored to have belonged to some witch or corrupt lord or something.
Oof.
Always rumored to have been haunted and packed to the brim with treasure or something.
Mm. One of those places that many a soul has gone into and none have come from.
No, no one's gone into it in my lifetime that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
People just know better.
Well, that's good.
Anyway,
I'll take
that's
that
where
ale.
supposedly that was the haunted tower. And now it seems that the haunting has spilled out into the town in the last year. He pours
Hmm.
you another ale.
Interesting. Well, thank you for indulging my curiosity, Otto. And I put a silver in the bar for and walk back to my table. Clump back to the table. Clunk, clunk.
Cool.
I'm not going to do that every time, guys.
The ale in here costs 6 copper a mug.
That's fine.
Wine is about the same. It's
Yeah, I
decent
just gave him a
drink,
silver.
or it's even good actually. It's good. It's not. It's a level above decent. It's good. So okay, you have room secured. It's Monday night. It's well past dinner time now. Probably getting into the later evening. Is there anything you want to do, or will we just pass until the next day?
He never mentioned to us about the ghosts and whatever he talked to the guy.
Oh, right. So, right, that was my next thing I was going to do is get back to the table and sit down. And so I spoke with our good bartender regarding a spirit that folks have been rumoring around the countryside lately. Apparently, there's some tower it's connected to. Tower of some ancient witch or king or something. Rumored to be filled with gold and treasure, filled with ghosts and treasure. According to our bartender friend, no one has been in there in his lifetime, and it's his opinion that this wandering spirit is where that came from. From that tower.
Do you
Most
As
really
he's even
believe it's
seen
a
it.
spirit, or could it be
Well, he
a
says
magic user?
it could be. He did say he saw it himself. I can't imagine why some. And I wink at Nigel, say some cursed wizard would pass the time slamming doors and opening windows and ghosting about the place, so to speak.
I
I'm
would
sure he
say,
would have more important things to do.
I would say this warrants further investigation.
Perhaps, perhaps we can alleviate this town of their curse.
What was the effects of the curse? Are people suffering?
Well, they're suffering a spirit wandering around their city. They're suffering a tower full of treasure just rotting on its own. Perhaps we can assist them with both things.
Liberate that treasure.
Well, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. And if it is a ghost, then maybe we can get rid of it and get a reward from the locals or something.
That as well.
This is Tuesday. The funeral's Friday,
Thursday.
so we got a day or two.
This is Monday night. You're learning all this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, we could just had to put the funeral back where it's supposed to be Tuesday. I thought we should be taking a longer time to get
No, no,
here.
no, no. We'll go with the Thursday. It's fine. I like having a little
Okay.
extra space.
Okay.
I'm cool with it. Sorry, I keep bouncing back and forth on that, but who gives a fuck? It'll be fine.
I forgot you had
Where-
mentioned that we went back, yeah.
Where's this group meeting happening?
In the
In
bar, I think, right?
the bar?
Yeah, at
Oh,
the
in
table, I
inn-
kind of
in
like,
the inn.
I wasn't talking very loud. I kind of
You
leaned in
don't.
and,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. There's a lot of noise here anyway.
right. But I still
Can't-
leaned in and spoke just loud enough for us to hear so it wouldn't carry.
Yeah.
Clandestine meetings in a noisy bar.
The barmaid Melinda, she'll bring you back more drinks. You know.
Did you find out where this object is?
She doesn't ask you for any more money for the drinks either, since you did tip her, 150 silver pieces.
Well done. Excuse me. May I ask you a question? I forgot to ask your husband earlier.
Yes.
And I kind of like this rumored tower. Where is that?
Oh, the Tower of Ashmanhaugh. I don't know why they call it that. It's pretty far away. It's about about 15 miles from here.
Oh my. That is an interesting thing that they would call it that. Perhaps the town is named after it.
Perhaps. And she say it's I'm gonna say northwest. I'm gonna say I don't have my map. I fucking knocked it down again. God damn it.
Take another day to get there.
Say again.
Take another day to get there and back.
It would indeed.
Yeah.
I must
Yeah.
admit,
Going northwest.
I am interested in examining it.
Yes, it is an interesting thing.
Well, I don't care about this funeral, but we can leave the one guy and we'll go to the tower.
If you're going to the tower, I'm going to the tower.
Oh, okay.
Well,
How long is
we all should go to the tower.
a turn? Is 10 minutes?
Correct.
Okay.
100
Yeah.
rounds.
You
If
might miss your friend's funeral. We'd be cutting it short.
well, we could relax and prepare, going scout it out. Well, I don't know about scouting it out. We could go after the funeral.
Yeah, we left tomorrow morning.
Today's Monday, Tuesday out,
You have horses. I mean,
Yeah.
you could
Wednesday.
travel out there, take you less than half a day to get there.
So we
Okay,
could
yeah.
scout it out that day
Mhm.
and
And
decide whether we
decide.
want to join at night.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she
And
keeps
possibly
bringing you more and more drinks. Occasionally, she even brings another glass of water for Medina. Yeah, Medina, who's not drinking. The ale's real good though, and the wine, whichever you're drinking. Who's drinking wine? Antonio's drinking wine, right?
I got wine.
Yes.
Nigel's
Did have
drinking wine.
one thing of ale because he had offered it.
Right.
You will all notice that when you're drinking like your alcohol, I will be looking away from it as I sip on my water.
Everywhere you look, you're gonna see more people
So you're
drinking
just
alcohol.
staring at your table.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just like looking down, taking small sips
Sure,
of my
sure,
water.
sure. It's getting pretty late into the night now. The dancing has kind of stopped, and the music has, ended. A lot, the room's starting to thin out.
I'm gonna head up to my room.
Mhm.
Go into my room and lock the door. Cast invisibility.
Okay.
Check the hall carefully. Lock my door again, and then head outside. I'm gonna walk around the town a little bit in the area and see if I can't spot this ghost.
Okay. Cool.
I have an hour I can do so for, and as long as they don't attack anybody or be violent, I'm good.
Okay.
so what time of night is it or day, whatever it is?
It's getting late evening now. Like real late,
Late
like 10,
evening.
11 o'clock at night.
Okay. Okay.
Medina will knock on Antonio's door. Bob said Antonio's disappeared, so he will write a note and slip it under his door, saying to meet him in the morning in his room.
I stay up
Well,
late. I could probably hear him sneaking around out there.
And Medina will just go to bed after he slipped that note under.
Okay.
Well, Colin's going to sleep and wake up early and get everything ready. We're going up there. We got to go up there.
So Antonio, you walk around for like an hour. You don't see any sign of any ghosts. You see just people kind of, most people are going home by now. So you probably see a lot of people heading home. You know, affable and like, well buzzed and having a good old time, enjoying life.
That's good. Yeah, I walk around. I walk around for maybe about 45 minutes, and then
Mhm.
that'll leave me time to get back to the inn and
Now,
go to my
what
room.
did you leave in your room?
Me?
Yeah.
I probably would have left my bag.
Mm-hmm. Any
So
particular item that would, like the first thing, if I walked into your room, what would be the first thing I'd notice besides your bag? Or if I
Well-
open your bag, what's the first thing on top of your bag?
let's see there. In the bag, there's clothes. Would be the first thing on top.
Mm-hmm.
Chalk and a tinderbox, a mirror, and probably my spell
Cool.
book.
Cool. Ooh, really?
Or no, that's on my person.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, no, I would not leave that behind.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, cool. Just wondering. All right. No reason.
Oh, and there is a book in there. It's just a regular book though, but it's the one that had the maps I was scribbling
Mm-hmm.
notes of the dungeon. But I was
Actually-
doing that.
You only
And,
need to know Antonio's room.
What about Antonio's room?
You only need to know if he left stuff behind.
Yes. Antonio, when you do get back, you notice your bag is like kind of open, and some of your clothes are lying out.
I see. I also notice a note on the floor, which I just pick up.
Yes, that's true.
But then I
You notice
see the
it on
bag.
floor as well.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will stuff the clothes back in the bag.
Okay.
And let's see, was anything else missing from it?
Did you search the bag? Did you go through the bag of it?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do go through the bag.
your mirror's gone.
My mirror's gone. I
Mhm.
see.
That mirror is gone.
Oh, interesting. I'll head downstairs.
Okay.
Otto,
Yes.
it appears I have been burgled.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I stepped out for a moment, and when I got back to my room, the steel mirror that was in my pack is gone.
I don't know how that could happen. I'm the only person who has a key is yourself and myself.
Indeed. And the door was locked when I left. And when I came back.
See? Told you this town is haunted.
You think it was a spirit that would steal a mirror?
I told
Is it
you.
a magpie?
Sometimes things go missing. People
Hmm.
find them in other places.
Well,
Maybe your
I'll
mirror
give
will turn
the,
up in a day or two.
I suppose we'll find out. Perhaps we're not dealing with the spirit of a man, but the spirit of a magpie.
Perhaps.
Well, I bid you good night.
Good night, sir.
Head back up, and I'll read the note.
What's the note say? Medina?
Meet him in
It
his room
just
in the morning.
yeah, it just says meet me at my room in the morning.
Ooh. Okay. So everybody sleeps off their alcohol or water logging in the case of Medina. I presume. Anything else anybody wanted to do during the night?
No.
No. Okay. So the next day, sun rises. It is Tuesday. No, sorry, not Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning. That was right. What day is it? Tuesday morning, the 23rd of August. Everybody, reduce your constitutions by 1 point, please.
Hmm?
Whoa, wait a second.
Hold on. Is it your constitution or your constitution modifier? Wait a second. Let me double check this.
A limited resource for me.
Yeah, it's a point of constitution.
Damn.
What was your constitution before?
Mine was 15, but now it's 14.
It's now 14, yes, which, yes, does not change your modifier.
Is it still +1? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What was yours, Antonio?
10.
Now it's 9. What was yours, Colin?
Oh,
10, I think, right? Or 12?
And it's 9 now.
It's now 9, okay.
Right.
And what was yours, Nigel?
mine was 6, and now it's
Now it's a
5.
5.
-2.
Oh
Ooh.
Jesus.
Yowza.
Well,
Ooh,
So you
fucking
reduced
hell.
your hit points. Did that go down? Yeah.
I guess they went down, what, 1 point?
1 point per level. So you're 4th level, so it's 4 points.
Well, I'm at 5 hit points then.
Nice. Okay.
Well, I wake up and
You feel like shit. Sorry,
I
don't
go
laugh so
knock
hard,
on
but
Antonio's door.
yeah, you feel awful. Antonio, there's a
Antonio,
knock at your door. Early in the morning, I
Yes?
presume.
I have a spell to study, too.
I am not feeling so well.
Yes, I feel a little lethargic myself.
This town is having an ill effect on me, I think.
Either the town or the outrageous amount of drinking we did last night.
No, this is beyond that.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm dying.
Hmm. Then perhaps leaving town to investigate the tower is a better idea.
Perhaps that curse is real.
Could be indeed.
But all those people downstairs last night looked healthy. It was crowded. They were all merrymaking. It was maybe
True.
made me sick.
Well, I'm not averse to crowds, but that is true. It does not seem like anyone that we've met so far seems to be suffering from some ill effect.
I must admit I was not a healthy man when I came to this place, but now I feel like
Hmm.
So do we feel sick pretty much?
You'd feel weaker, yeah.
Perhaps we should ask the others to see how they are feeling
Let
this morning.
me try something. I want to put my hand on Nigel's forehead and cast Cure
I
Disease.
don't. I don't. I don't like people touching me.
I just hold it in there for a second. You see my hand glowing?
You're
Whoa,
trying to
whoa,
you're trying to force it on him.
Yeah,
whoa.
Cure Disease.
You
Let's call that a strength roll. Roll your strength, each of you. What is your strength, Nigel?
10.
What's yours, Klaus?
9.
Okay. The person who
Am
rolls under their strength but rolls the highest number wins.
I rolled way over, so I
Okay.
failed.
What did you roll, Klaus?
I roll a 2.
Oh yeah. So Klaus, you're able to hold him down,
Ah, get your hands off me!
and you cast the
Klaus,
spell remove curse. You said right?
Cure Disease.
Cure disease. Do you have any diseases, Nigel?
Does he have to like chant some Christian prayers and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, get off!
Probably Latin. He's Catholic.
You filthy Catholic!
But he casts a spell on you anyway.
Yeah, I'm making a big fuss,
Mm-hmm. If you had any
Does he?
diseases, it's cured.
but that doesn't help my
No,
constitution.
no.
Okay,
Constitution
I would
stays the
let
same.
him. I would let him go and be like, "Crap, that didn't work."
How dare you touch me in
What?
such a way? Keep your filthy prayers to yourself.
what did you just do, Klaus?
Well, I figure maybe somebody try to like disease us, so I try to cure a disease, but there was none.
You chose Nigel.
I
Why?
could.
I am not diseased.
Well, he looks weak. Maybe I should try to remove curse
He
on
does
him.
look really sick. He lost a lot of hit points.
Hmm.
I guess I can try to remove curse, but I don't know if he's gonna let me touch him again.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
You spoke your intent first. You don't touch me, boy.
Should I try it on you, Antonio?
Well, although I feel lethargic, well, if you wish to do so, I'll allow it.
I put my hand on his shoulder and cast remove curse.
Okay, no problem. If you had any curses, Antonio.
Hmm.
Oh, you did, don't you?
I did,
You're
but that
turning
was
into a.
cured long ago. Oh, wait,
No, what about the toad thing?
that is that a curse?
I can't remember.
Because the last time, well, the only time he cast curse, remove curse on me twice, but that was for the specifically for the ring curse. So we
Mm.
never thought about the toad thing.
Hmm. Doesn't really say if it's a curse or what, but I mean, what else would it be?
A mutation.
Hmm. I'm gonna call it a curse. So I'm gonna say it gets rid of it.
Huh. Well, I don't notice anything unless someone says something.
Right.
I feel no different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it was worth a try.
Yep. Oh well, it's early morning, so you want to study spells? Who needs time to
I
study or pray or whatever?
I do need some time, and then I need to meet with Medina.
I got my stuff.
I'm only studying one spell, which is knock.
Oh, I
Okay,
can
so you need
use
1 hour.
pray and switch.
Yeah, you can, as a cleric.
Cool. I'll probably. What do you think? Should I get rid of cure disease or remove curse?
I think that's entirely up to you. I'm not well versed in the
I guess
divine
I'll.
arts.
Yeah, I'll remove cure disease and then I'll put sacrifice.
Okay. Uh-oh. Watch out, Nigel.
He's gonna lay his hands on me.
Do you want
Perhaps
to?
if you could
Oh yeah. Go
ask
ahead.
Klaus if perhaps he could do his praying in his own room, so I can read.
Yeah, Well, I would definitely do that in my room.
Okay.
I don't want people. I don't want people looking at me and being like, "Look at this weirdo," you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
especially since the layperson can't tell the difference between a mad wizard and a self-righteous cleric.
I'm gonna ask Antonio. I'm like, that man, is he some kind of holy man?
He is indeed, but he is, although he may be blessed by whatever, he is a good man. He is of the gypsy folk,
Travel with
the nomads of Europe. He has no strong ties with the church.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I can't abide a Catholic priest.
Oh, I have my own issues with them myself.
I can't abide a priest at all.
I do my best not to get involved with them either. Although I do show a token presence on holy days. Keep suspicions down.
Bah.
Well, gentlemen and others, um, since we both, well, all of us seem to have something happen to us last night here, maybe we ought to put off leaving the town until after the funeral and then do up there. And let's find out what's doing this to us. We don't want something following us and having to confront two things, one on the end where we are going to, and one behind us following us.
But what if this is our presence in town? Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
if
know.
the curse of the town is causing it, I don't know if I will survive to the funeral.
The issue with that, though, is that, as you stated yourself, none of the townsfolk seem to be affected.
But we're not from here, and all of us are.
Well, we should see what other fellow residents of the inn, how they are feeling this morning.
Very well.
I have a meeting I actually must go to. I'll see you. I have to go talk to Medina.
I'm going to go out to my friend's house that we passed by on the way here.
Oh
Talk
yeah,
to him, maybe he has some information. Go talk to him. So
sure.
I'd say maybe we might wait till tomorrow to go even, or later this afternoon.
That's fair. Okay, so you're gonna stick around and do some more investigating around here or whatever.
That's up to them, yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, then I think that's a good place to just end this session.
All right.
I had an idea for a cool cliffhanger ending, but we're too far from it now. I think I'd better just call it a night now. It's getting late.
Sure.
But we'll pick it up again next week. So
Sounds great.
awesome.